Wait, which one of us is backwards?
Me.
You're backwards? Oh. We're swinging backwards. Hello, drone racers. This is the Hubsan H501A. So Hubsan has come out with several drones, and my first drone, my first quadcopter ever, to be more precise, was actually a Hubsan. It was one of those teeny tiny little things that had a pretty nice controller on it, and we flew that around at Christmas, and it was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. I'd been flying 450 T-Rexes until then and couldn't believe they made something that small that worked. There was no FPV at the time, but we've come a long way because this thing is pretty sweet. This is the last of the base GPS models I've been waiting for, so we will do a shootout soon to compare all of them together, but today we're just going to look at this one. So in the box you get the quadcopter itself, you get two sets of props in two different boxes, A in one and B in the other. You get a charger, and I want to point out this is an international charger. This will not work in the United States. You'll need an adapter. This will take a 110 input, so if you have an international adapter, that'll work. Otherwise, you're going to need another charger for it to charge this, which is a 2S 2700 milliamp battery, a whopping 10C, but they should know, and I think they probably put more effort into it. For racing drone, there's no way this would work, but for this it should be fine. It does have a standard 2S balance lead, so I recommend everybody have a charger that can charge through the balance leads. If you get any of these, it just is way more convenient because I'm not even totally sure what this connector is. And then with the A, you get this. This is the controller, and I'm really worried about the gimbals because they just aren't good. Oh, never mind. This is actually a Wi-Fi relay. So part of the problem with these drones recently has been they connect to your phone, and phones don't have that good of Wi-Fi. With this, you can connect your phone to it directly and you'll get about 100 meters of range. But with this relay that I'm not sure exactly what it's doing, whether it's legal, how much it's broadcasting out, whatever, this will allow you to connect up to about 400 meters. So that is a humongous difference, And so what happens is your phone connects to this, and then this connects to the drone. So all the Wi-Fi, all the control, all the video goes through this. I've just played with it a little bit, but I can already say the video out of this because of this is much better. This does also support the H501S controller, so you can use that to connect to it also and be able to fly it out even further. And if you want controls with controls and regular gimbals and whatnot, you can do that as well. But for this, part of what's amazing is the app, and this has the features that you would expect out of a $1,000 drone. GPS navigation, follow me mode, circle me mode. The biggest thing is you can do full waypoints out to 1.5 kilometers for flight with full height control. It's all programmable on this. So that's what we're going to take a look at. Probably not that far in this video though. The last thing I want to point out is the tool that it comes with. This is actually for changing your props. So you have props here, and these motors are very far recessed into this plastic, which is great. They're well protected, but it makes it really finicky to try and grab onto the motor to twist it because these are threaded motors. So there I was able to get it, but with the tool it makes it much easier. This tool slides in this little slot here, and then you can turn it. So what you can do here is get it twisted. There, it's almost tight. Slide that in and pull it down. So you do the same thing to untwist it, and then it'll just twist off. So these motors are fully threaded all the way for these props, which is just fine. There's really no need to lock them on when they spin this direction. This is part of the reason.
Who are you talking to, Dad?
I'm recording on the video. One of the things to point out though is these blades spin different directions. This side, it actually does twist, and it shows you on the blade which way they turn. So this one twists this direction, and then they come off. So to loosen them, you do righty-tighty, and then you slide the tool in here and tighten it in. One thing you may notice is these blades actually spin backwards. So in a camera drone, I think this is a really good thing. In a normal quadcopter, the blades spin this way, which means they're throwing dirt and anything they get in the air right at the front camera, which is fine. Most people prefer that over throwing it at the guts, so you're not throwing things on your flight controller. In this case, the sides are completely sealed, so the blades spin the opposite direction any grime or anything that they catch in the air. If they catch grass on takeoff, they throw it at the sides, which are totally sealed, and it should help keep your camera a little cleaner. There is an SD slot on the bottom, so we're going to put a card in there, take it outside, and take a look at the actual flight. The first thing I'm going to do is turn on the repeater. So there's just a little switch here on the bottom. You can barely see it. It says off, and it will flip that on, and then that will get that. Hopefully everything works here because it is super duper windy. On the Wi-Fi screen here, we'll wait and actually see the device show up so we can connect to it. It'll probably auto-connect because I have been connected to it before. On the back here, you can see Wi-Fi connection and then battery power. It's fully charged. I didn't say earlier it charges via USB, which is nice. So now it has connected, not to the drone, but to the relay. The drone, the battery, you slide it in, and it's a really easy connection. It's pretty set up nicely so you can't get it backwards. Just fit that in there, close the door, which it does close. So I'll set the drone over here in the middle of the driveway. And now also on Wi-Fi you can see the 501A is listed. That's if you want to not use the relay. We will launch the app. One of the things I appreciate is my phone, even with the charger, does fit in here. You've heard me complain about this before. Now we have the map. What it's going to want to do first is do a calibration. So the calibration instructions are really nice, and they're on the screen, which is nice. So there we go. And now we do it face down and twist this way. Now it's really bright out. There we go. So bind to current aircraft. So must bind it to the aircraft so the other mobile devices cannot connect. Well, it's connected to the relay. So now we'll do it next, and it will test devices at 3.5 meters. So that's okay. Good GPS accuracy. So that's good. Now, one of the things I want to double check is in the settings. We want to go to the relay and double check this. Set up the relay connection to this aircraft. So what you'll want to do is, there we go. There's the aircraft. We want to connect. So now the relay is connected to the drone itself. So my phone's connected to the relay. Relay is connected to the drone. You don't normally have to do that. So now I'm going to reboot the drone. You need to do that the first time, and that's it then. Now we'll reboot the drone so then it connects to the relay properly. So now it's connected, and we have to do the calibration again. Okay. Set these here. Request successful. Alright, so we are good now. So now on the app, we have a number of options. So if we just want to do a regular flight, we'll start with that and just take off. Are you sure you want to take off? Sure. And here we go. It'll take off, and it'll go to a pretty good little altitude. One of the things I was really impressed with this is it's pretty quiet. I'm going to spin around a different direction here, just try and stay out of the wind. So it'll go up, and it'll just stay there and sit there. So it drifts a little bit more than the the Show Me drone. It moves more than that. It probably moves less than the Bugs 2 that I reviewed, but see, it's still moving toward me, and it's locked in pretty well, but it's not locked in 100%. It's pretty good though. So here then we have sticks to control it, make it go up. We can do manual controls first. Whoa, that was too close. One of the things we want to do is turn on the recording. So not that. Where's the recording? Oh, here we go. I can click here to see FPV view, and I'm going to go ahead and start recording there. So there it's going to switch to record video. And I'm going to start. So now this will start recording to the SD card. So switch back to this view. So I want to go up, and I can control it via FPV. Now it is really, really windy, but it'll have a pretty good mode, and it's holding steady pretty well. The controls on the phone on this are much better than what I'm used to with the other drones. The other drones that I've tested haven't been nearly as good. So there, we'll see how well it's locked in. Again, I did the same test with the Show Me, and that was locked in perfectly. Here we are drifting around, but this is less than half the price. So that's fun and all, and you can control it, and the control is good, the FPV is good with the phone, but honestly, if you're buying this one, that's probably not why. So I'm going to go ahead and land it. Are you sure you want to land? Yes, I am. So here's one thing it does is it kind of bounces around when it lands. Like, just land, you're landed. Come on, anytime. Anytime, yes. All right, now. There we go. So if you're getting this one, it's probably mainly, it's mainly for the other modes here, and you can get to them all through this option. So we have Waypoint Mode, Follow Mode, Orbit Mode, and VR Mode. So VR mode's if you were wearing goggles and you put these up right against your eyes, and you can do that, fit these in a set of goggles. Waypoint Mode, I think, is probably the reason most people will buy this. And you have a lot of options. So first we're going to take a look at these settings. For the default parameters here, I have default height of a waypoint, max height of a waypoint, max distance, and then max flight radius of a waypoint mission. So these all default to 1 kilometer. And then we have max stay time. So I'm going to leave these as the defaults for now, because you can program these per site. So right now I'm going to do a draw. Click draw here, and I want to fly out to this. Let's see here. I'm going to do a draw, and I will fly out to that point, and then I want to fly down to my normal. This is 200 meters right here. There we go. Draw another point. Oh, I chose the wrong one. So I choose draw a line. I want to choose these with the dots. And there I can just choose a third waypoint. So now I want to stay there, and then I'll bring it back here. So flying distance in 3D space. So this is where you select what you want to do. Waypoint 1 is fine. It'll be 30 meters. I'll stay there for no time at all. 2, I just want to get out to that point. That's fine. Also at 30 meters. Here at point 3 though, say I want to go up to 60 meters and I want to stay there for a minute. So it will fly out there and do that. Then at 4, I want to come back, and I only want to be at 10 meters over here, and I want to stay there for 17 seconds. You can also choose how fast you move it. I don't know why I want it at full speed. I guess you could go slow for some reason, but 5 meters per second, which isn't fast, but that's how far I'm going to go. So there we go. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to submit it to the drone. It sends it successfully. And then, this took me a few tries. Now you have to take off. Are you sure you want to take off? Yes, I do. So it'll take off for us. I'm still in waypoint mode. There we go. Now I hit done, and it will say waypoint mode. It's going to enter waypoint mode. So now it'll go up and go do our flight for us. So it's going up to the initial height that we told it. Also on the app here, you can see the status of where it is. So I can switch between FPV. There's what we've got. And there it's going out to waypoint 1. There we go. Now it's going to go over and do waypoint 2. So here I told it waypoint 2 was lower. And it's going to go over there and sit at waypoint 2 for just a second. And then it will turn. One of the things I do like about this, it's a pro and a con versus some of the others, is it will turn and then go to the right altitude and then go. Right now we're just sitting there. Did I tell it to stay at waypoint 2? I didn't think I told it to stay at waypoint 2. Is it confused? There we go. So it was figuring out its next step. It might have been calculating things out. So now it'll go up to the height that I told it to be at waypoint 3. Up there at 60 meters, and then it's going to fly down to waypoint 3. So it will change elevations. It doesn't do it in flight. It will change elevations to the height of the next waypoint, and then it will go. So there we're up there, and it's tracking down. It's doing this all by itself. I've not touched a thing. So there we have our FPV view of this. I wanted to make sure I cleared the trees just in case the GPS was off. I didn't want to take any chance. So we can still see it up there. You probably can't see it in the GoPro. It's just not good enough. But here we've got full FPV too. That's part of what's nice. We're at about 150 meters. See exactly how far away we are. Okay, there were distance up in the upper left hand shows us we are at 180 meters away. Still have really good Wi-Fi signal. The FPV signal is just fine. So now it's there. Now what it's supposed to do is just sit there. Now you can't rotate it here. That's one of the things I would like to have. I'd like that as an option. So I want to be able to click the screen and say, while I'm waiting here for 60 seconds, let me rotate it, let me change the view, or do a rotation or something. And that is not an option with the current version of this code. So now, it also doesn't show me, we're going to turn the sticks back off, it shows me where it is. It doesn't show me how long it's been there. So I don't have a countdown really other than the view on the recorder possibly to know how long it's there or how long it's going to stay. This doesn't show me the programming. So that would be cool if it did that, but it's still there. It's just sitting there doing nothing till I tell it to change. But it's kind of a neat view, especially the fact that you can go out to 1,500 meters. I'm not going to do that here. We're in way too much of a populated area. But we will test that at another time later. So we should be almost out of time here. There we go. And so there it's rotating back around to point to the next waypoint. And it will then descend. So this is one where I shouldn't have programmed it this way. I need to be more careful. I told it to go to 10 meters. So it's dropping now and heading toward the next waypoint. Yeah, here it comes. So, well, maybe not. So I thought it would drop down to 10 meters, but here maybe it goes up before it goes over. But when it drops, it's definitely losing altitude while it comes this direction. Waypoint 3, I believe I told it 10 meters. It's coming back. It's doing a pretty good job. Let's see how close we are. There we go. There it is on the screen. So it's just there in the air, and it's dropped closer to the point. It was at 60 meters. Now what is the altitude? Now it's at 32 meters, 33 meters. So it'll probably stop and then drop back down. Right? I thought we told this to be at 10 meters. Oh, nope. I must have hit waypoint 2 when I chose the altitude. We'll have to see that. So now what I want to do, okay, you finished your mission. I'll click this screen, return to home. Return automatically. Here's another thing I really like. I have the option to return to takeoff point or current position. So we're going to do takeoff point first. And it will come over here and make sure it's at least 30 meters. And then come on the screen. There it is, right above us. And then it'll just come down and land for us. And it does a really good job. And the sun is right in the way. There we go. So I'm actually going to cancel that. Say, oh no, that was a problem. I want to cancel. Cancel, that's no good. Stay right there. You stay right there. Hold on. So now we'll go over here. And I'll say, all right, well that wasn't going to work. That was a bad plan there. Now I want to go to current position. So try again. Now it'll rotate over to us. Say, this is where you are now. It'll fly to this spot and it'll try and land. So it figured out where I am based on the GPS of my phone, I guess. And now it's going to come in and land here. So instead of doing this though, I'm going to cancel this again. We've already seen the drone land. Now we want to look at one of the other options. We're going to cancel out of waypoint mode and switch to follow me mode. I'm going to first rotate my view around so I can see. Let's get a good look. I'm too high so I can't see me. There we go. Ooh, hello. There we go. So now I want to go into follow me mode and I will say, let's see, please fly it to a height of 3 meters. I might be a little low, and maintain a distance of 5 meters from the aircraft. Okay, there. I believe it accepted me. Oh, exited. All right, why? Follow me mode. See, I can't get follow me mode to work. I have not been able to figure it out. It's about 3 meters. That's right. Am I too close to it? Is that the problem? Let's try again. Follow me mode. Oh, maybe I got it that time. Oh. Nope. See, I'm moving away and it's not doing anything. It didn't say it exited that time. I don't know what the deal is with follow me mode. That's one with this drone. I just can't get it to work. I tried to get it working the other day. It does not seem to do anything. So the other option we have here is orbit mode. So it says I'm too close. That's fine. I'm going to go up a little bit more. Do orbit mode again. There we go. Too small to orbit. See, I'm not that far away. It thinks it's not safe, or I don't know what the deal is, but orbit mode doesn't do a great job either. Now, at least with this one, I can rotate the view while I go. But yeah, it's very confused. It's trying to orbit Hello? I'm over here. Yeah. Orbit mode with this one doesn't work very well either. This worked this worked much better with the X21. It doesn't see me, it's not looking at me. The X21 did a whole lot better job at doing an orbit mode because this wasn't, well, you weren't even close. Hello, I'm over here. You didn't orbit me. So we'll exit out of that too. But all of that aside, if you're buying this, it's probably because of Waypoint Mode, which works really, really well. I am very, very impressed with that mode. Being able to just program it out, have it go fly a mission for you is really cool. And then the stick control mode on this through the phone, normally I don't like it at all through the phone, but the FPV is really good, and you can actually kind of fly this thing FPV much better than any other that I've had. It's still a lot of jitter, still a lot of delay, but it's doable, which on a lot of the others it's still not a racing drone by any means, but you can fly this and the controls are really good. So now we're at 30%, and I don't know how long that was. Where are we at here? Hey, there you go. So where you might use this, where I like these kind of things, is cases like this. Yes?
Can you open this?
Oh, when I want to record helping my daughter get a snack or a toy, or what is this? Those are sparkles. Oh, there you go. Just a minute. We have 37% left. Can you say hi?
Hi.
So that works though, right? Yeah. So can you wait just a minute? Sure. But it lets you catch. Do you want to go play on the swing set now?
Yeah.
Can I record you playing on the swing set? Well, for me, as someone with kids, these are the kind of shots that I just can't get otherwise, and where it's fun. Just a shot out of the kids playing, and I can get angles that I can't otherwise because I can get it from the ground, but I'm not that tall. This doesn't, though, have a gimbal that you can control, so I can't get really high straight down angles or anything. It's just locked in at this view, and it does drift around quite a bit compared to a full photography drone. So if you're looking for professional photography for this, this is not the one for you. If you want something cool that you can do waypoint missions to go scout around and look at things within the law requirements, this is the one for you. For 150 bucks today, I know you can get it. Normal price is over 200, but I've been very impressed. Oh, there we go. So it's going to return. It's automatically returning home because it's at 13%. There we go. So it says, go back home, go back home. I wish I had gone a little higher than that. That doesn't seem to be high enough. So then it's gonna land, and it's pretty darn close to where we took off for the first time. Low battery. So if you found this useful, leave a like and a comment down below. We will be doing full shootouts of all the options that I have had recently, so you can see which option might be best for you. Do you want the auto fly mode of this, or do you want the long range manual control of the Bugs 2, or the orbit mode that actually works, and follow me mode that actually works on the X21, or do you just want them all in super high quality with the show me for $400? After these, we may actually do some shootouts with some actual DJIs that are what most people are using. But until next time, remember, that cat is bad and bites my feet while I'm getting ready in the morning.